In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. My dear brothers and sisters, my beloved believers, let me ask you a question that strikes at the core of our being. What is that heavy weight you are carrying on your shoulders right now? Is it a worry about your future? An anxiety about your children? A knot in your stomach over your provision, your job, your marriage, your health? Look at your hands. They are clenched tight, holding on so desperately to the reins of your life, as if you are the driver of this entire journey. And in that gripping, in that desperate holding on, you feel it, the ache, the exhaustion, the stress. I say to you today, stop. Just stop. Stop stressing. Because the one who created the heavens and the earth, the one who measures the oceans in the palm of his hand, the one who decreed the orbits of galaxies, he has taken care of you. He has taken care of your story from your first breath to your last. Look at your hands right now. Look at them. Are they relaxed, open at ease? Or are they tense, perhaps even clenched, mirroring the state of your heart? That tightness in your chest, that relentless hum of worry in the back of your mind, that feeling that you are carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, this is the physical and spiritual manifestation of a fundamental misunderstanding. We have been sold an illusion, a grand and exhausting lie. And that lie is the illusion of total control. We believe deep down that if we just worry enough, plan enough, and agonize over every detail, we can engineer the perfect outcome. We think the destiny of our lives rests in the tightness of our grip. My dear brothers and sisters, this is the very root of our stress. It is the price we pay for a crown we were never meant to wear. We live as if we are the authors of our own story, forgetting that we are merely blessed to be characters in a narrative authored by the Most High, the All-Wise. We focus on the chapter we are in, the confusing paragraph, the troubling plot twist, and we panic trying to grab the pen from the author's hand. We say, no, this part should go this way. This character should say that. But do we know the entire story? Do we know how this difficulty lays the groundwork for a strength you will need 10 chapters from now? Do we understand how this delay protects you from a harm you cannot yet see? We see the single thread we are holding, frayed and tangled, and we despair. But Allah, Al-Basir, the all-seeing, sees the entire magnificent tapestry from above. He sees how this dark thread is essential to the beauty of the whole pattern. Our role, our true and honorable role, is beautifully limited. It is the role of the mujahid, the striver, the mu'min, the believer who takes action. Allah says, indeed, Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves. Surah Ar-Ra'd 13-11. This is our domain, the domain of effort. We must plant the seed. We must water it. We must clear the weeds from around it. We must do so with sincerity, with excellence, ihsan, and with pure intention. This is our worship. The planting is our responsibility. But what is not our responsibility? We do not command the sun to shine. We do not decree the rain to fall. We do not force the seed to split open and send its shoot towards the sky. The growth, the timing, the very fruit that comes from it, that is entirely in the hands of Al-Muzagah, the one who controls the means and the outcomes. When we stress, we are essentially standing over that planted seed, hour after hour, shouting at the soil, pleading with the clouds, crying because we see no immediate change. We exhaust ourselves trying to perform miracles that are not in our power to perform. We burn our energy on the results which belong to Allah, instead of conserving it for the actions which belong to us. This is the great imbalance. This is why we are so tired. We're attempting the impossible, to bear the burden of rububiyah, of lordship, which belongs to Allah alone. Our burden is only the burden of ubudiyah, of worshipful servitude, to do our best and then to be at peace. Think of the story of Musa alayhi salam and the people of Israel. They did their part, they believed, they fled, they followed. But when they reached the shore with Pharaoh's army thundering behind them, they panicked. They cried, indeed, we are about to be overtaken. Surah Ash-Shu'ara 26:61. In that moment, they saw only the army and the sea. Their vision was limited to the means of destruction. They felt the illusion of control shatter, and so they felt only despair. But Musa AS, understanding the true nature of control, declared, no, indeed, with me is my Lord, He will guide me. So Surah Ash-Shu'ara 26 and 62, he did his human duty, he led his people, and then he utterly relied upon the Lord of the sea and the army. The command then came, strike with your staff the sea. So Surah Ash-Shu'ara 26 and 663, he struck. He performed the action within his capability. And Allah, in His limitless power, did what no human could ever do. He split the sea, Musa. Musa has controlled the strike. Allah controlled the split. This is the model for our lives. Your exam is tomorrow. Your duty is to study, to revise, to make sincere dua. You do not control the questions on the paper, the mood of the examiner, or the final grade. That is Allah's domain. You are facing a financial crisis. Your duty is to seek lawful provision, to be prudent, to ask for help, to trust in His promise of provisions rees. You do not control the market, the decisions of others, or the unexpected windfall. That is Allah's domain. You are worried about your child. Your duty is to raise them with love, teach them good values, make dua for them day and night. You do not control their heart, their choices, or their ultimate path. That too is between them and their Lord. The moment you internalize this truth, that control is divided and your share is the beautiful, honorable share of effort, not outcome, a weight will lift. The stress begins to melt when you say, I have done what I can to the best of my ability for the sake of Allah. Now, Yaqadir, oh all-powerful, the outcome is yours. I am content with whatever you decree, because I know you decree only what is good for me, even if I do not understand it. This is not passivity, it is the ultimate active surrender. It is the liberation of the heart from the prison of what if and if only. So unclench your fists, open your palms, lift them in dua and then place them down, empty of worry, full of trust. Perform your action with excellence and then let go of the anxiety over the result. You are not the controller, you are the trusted servant, and the controller of all affairs is the most merciful, the most wise. He is taking care of your story. Your job is simply to trust the author. And so you ask, with a heart weary from striving, what does it mean to truly trust? Is it to sit back, fold my hands and wait for the sky to rain down blessings? No, my dear brothers and sisters, that is not trust. That is idleness, and it has no place in our faith. The trust we speak of, the divine concept of Tawakkul, is not a passive state of being, it is a verb. It is the most active, dynamic, and empowering state a believer's heart can achieve. It is not the absence of action, it is the perfection of action, crowned with a profound and unshakable peace. Let us understand this with clarity, for confusion here breeds either despair or laziness. The Prophet Muhammad our eternal example, demonstrated tawakkul not in a monastery but on the battlefield of life. He planned, he strategized, he consulted his companions. He took every conceivable worldly means, siti asbab, available to him. Before the battle of Badr, he positioned his army carefully. Before the treaty of Hudaybiyah, he engaged in complex negotiations. He did not say, Allah will give us victory, so let us not prepare. He prepared meticulously. He tied his camel and then he said, I trust in Allah. This is the golden balance. You tie your camel. You take the means. You exhaust your human capacity. You do everything as if the entire outcome depends on your effort. And then, in the very same breath, in the very same heart, you turn to Allah and know with a certainty that calms the soul that the outcome depends not on your effort at all, but solely on His will, His wisdom, and His mercy. Your effort is a form of worship. The result is a decree from the divine. This is where the magic happens. This is where stress evaporates. When you have planted the seed, watered it, and built a fence around it, what is left for you to do? To pace the field in anxiety? No. You have fulfilled your covenant with action. Now you fulfill your covenant with the heart. You leave it to the one who causes the seed to germinate in the dark, unseen soil. Your trust is the act of walking away from that field with a heart at ease, not because you are careless, but because you are certain the best of caretakers is now in charge. The anxiety of the farmer who constantly digs up the seed to check on it only kills the plant. The peace of the farmer who trusts the natural order ordained by Allah allows it to grow. True tawakkul then is a journey in 3 parts. The first part is in the limbs. You strive, you get the degree, you apply for the job, you take the medicine, you have the difficult conversation. Use the tools Allah has placed in this world. The second part is in the heart. You attach your hope, your fear, your sense of security entirely to Allah and not to the tools. You do not say, this job will save me, or this medicine must heal me. You say, oh Allah, I have taken this means, and I ask you by your mercy that through it, you grant me what is good. The means are just that, means. They are not gods. The third and most beautiful part is the state of the heart after the action. It is a state of serene acceptance. If the result is what you desired, you are grateful to Allah, knowing it is a gift from Him, not merely the fruit of your labor. If the result is other than what you desired, you are still content, even pleased, because you know the All-Wise has chosen something better, wiser, or more purifying for your soul. Your trust was not in the outcome, it was in the one who decrees the outcome. This is the ultimate freedom. It frees you from the tyranny of, what if I fail? Because in the paradigm of tawakkul, there is no failure in the worldly sense. There is only a result that comes directly from the hands of your Lord. A no from a job interview is not a rejection of you, it is a divine redirection. A closed door is not a sign of your unworthiness, it is Allah's protection steering you away from a path that held hidden harm for your faith or your future. When you trust Him actively, you begin to see His hand in the delay, in the denial, in the difficulty. You see the mercy woven into the hardship. The stress of trying to control the uncontrollable future is replaced by the profound peace of witnessing His care in the present. So, do not mistake trust for inaction. That is a whisper from Shaitan to make you weak and regretful. And do not mistake relentless anxiety for diligent care. That too is a whisper from Shaitan to make you exhausted and distant from Allah's peace. The believer's path is the solid middle ground. Work as hard as you can with integrity and excellence as if you will live forever. And then trust as completely as you can with a heart full of love and certainty as if you will meet Allah tomorrow. Pour your entire being into the action and then detach your heart from the result. Leave it with Him. Say with the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam as he was thrown into the fire, Allah is sufficient for us and He is the best disposer of affairs. He did not simply wait for rescue, He fulfilled His mission of calling to Tawheed, and then He placed His entire being, His physical safety and His heart's peace into Allah's hands. And Allah commanded the fire, be coolness and safety upon Ibrahim. So Surah Al-Anbiya 21:69, your effort is your calling to truth. Your trust is your proclamation that Allah is sufficient. And His response will always be what is best for you. So strive and then be still. Your heart will find a rest it never knew was possible.